Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Notion database item from captured webhook response. So I am managing support team of an e-commerce store and we are managing the inquiries from the customers with the help of web form. So I want that whenever the customer is going to submit this web form, immediately the response of the web form should be captured and should be systematically added in Notion database. But here the web form which I am using is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. So how we are going to create this automation? For this, I am going to use Webhook by Pabbly, which is going to help me to capture the response from an application which is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect automatically and to transfer this data to any other application automatically. So with the help of Webhook by Pabbly, I am going to set up a connection between my web form and Pabbly Connect in such a way that immediately when the response will be captured, the data will be automatically transferred to Notion database to create a systematic record. So if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step without the requirement of any coding and programming skills, for that you have to come towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So today I'm going to show you step by step how to create Notion database item for webhook response. So I manage a customer support team for an e-commerce store. My team receives customer inquiries through various channels including web forms. Okay. So these inquiries need to be tracked and managed effectively to ensure timely response and resolutions for the clients or the leads or the customers. So I have decided to automate this process with help of Pabbly Connect. Now by setting up an automation workflow, I can automatically capture customer inquiries which are submitted through the forms which I have connected on my website and also create entries in my Notion database to create a systematic record all the details at a single place, making it easier for the team to track, prioritize and respond to each of the inquiry effectively and efficiently. Now, let's suppose the form which I am using in order to generate the inquiries or the questions of the clients or the customers, that is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. Here I am going to use Pabbly Connect for creating the automation. And let's suppose the form which I am using in order to generate the inquiries is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. So how I am going to capture the response of the form, that I am going to do with the help of Webhook. So here I am going to create an automation that whenever the inquiry will be received, the response of that inquiry from the form will be immediately captured in Pabbly Connect with the help of Webhook, and then automatically the data of that inquiry should be added in Notion database systematically. Okay, so here we are going to start. Now this is the home page of Pabbly Connect where we can reach by tapping the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. As you know, Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software. It helps us to set up connections between multiple applications to automate all our repetitive tasks, that too without the requirement of any coding and programming skills. So after coming on this home page, we will find two options: sign in and sign up for free. So in case if you are already an existing user like me, you can directly click on sign in option. But if you are a new user, you have to click on the sign up for free button to create your free new account. Also, when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now because I'm already an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in option now. This is all apps section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all our workflows which we have created up till now. And we can also save our workflows by creating different folders. Okay. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. As we have done that, we can see that a dialog box has appeared in front of us. It is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, I'm going to give a name over here. Create Notion database item for captured webhook response. After giving the name of my workflow, here I'm going to select the folder. You can see that I have multiple folders over here, but I want to save the specific workflow in this automations for e-commerce store folder. I have selected that. Now let's click on create. As we have done that, we can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts or the principles on which the entire automation works. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Let's suppose here, because my objective is that I want to capture the response of client's inquiry through Webhook. So I'm going to take Webhook by Pabbly in my trigger, okay, through which we are going to set up connection between our form and Pabbly Connect. So when the form will be submitted, the response of that form will be captured with the help of Webhook by Pabbly inside Pabbly Connect. And here, because I want to add the details of the inquiry in my Notion database, so I'm going to add action step as Notion database. Okay, so here we can see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the response of the form will be captured via Webhook, then only the details of that form will be added in Notion database, otherwise not. So after understanding the concept of trigger in action, let us start setting up connections between applications and to create this automation. So here I am taking the example of web form, but you can take any other application over here. Let's suppose you want to set up a connection between an application and Notion database, and the application that you are going to use is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect, that it cannot be directly connected in trigger step in Pabbly Connect. So how you are going to get the response? With the help of Webhook. Okay, so that's why we are going to use Webhook by Pabbly over here to capture the response of an application which is not connected with Pabbly Connect, so that our work will not get stopped and we will be able to create an automation with any of the application. Okay, so here let's start creating the automation. First of all, we'll go towards our trigger step, and let's suppose here I'm going to set up the connection between JotForm and Pabbly Connect. Let's assume that JotForm is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect, although we can very effectively and effortlessly connect JotForm with Pabbly Connect directly as well. But here let's suppose and let's assume that JotForm is not connected with Pabbly Connect natively. So here I'm going to set up a connection between JotForm and Pabbly Connect with the help of Webhook by Pabbly. So I'm going to capture the response of JotForm through Webhook. Okay, so here for that we have to select our trigger application as Webhook. You can see Webhook by Pabbly, which is going to help us connect. Now we are going to select the trigger event that will be catch Webhook. Okay, as we have done that, we can see that a Webhook URL is received to us along with some instructions. So how we have to set up the connection? For whichever application you are using and you want to connect it with Webhook, you have to use this Webhook URL. It is going to act as a bridge to capture the response. So what will happen? Whenever a specific event occurred inside the application which you want, immediately the data will be captured inside Pabbly Connect with the help of this Webhook URL. So the Webhook URL is very important, and it is going to transfer the data from one application towards another. And also we have received some instructions. We just have to follow these instructions. It is given that log into the application where you want to enter the Webhook URL, copy the Webhook URL and add it under the Webhook section of the application. Click on the below capture Webhook response button and do a test record so that the Webhook response can be captured over here. So what you have to do, you have to simply copy this Webhook URL. You have to log into the application which you want to connect. You have to go towards the Webhook section of that specific application, and you simply have to paste this Webhook URL over there. When you will click on this, when you will save the setup and you will click on this capture Webhook response button, immediately whenever you will do a test submission on that application, the response of that specific event will be captured. Okay, so because currently I'm going to show you the connection between JotForm and Pabbly Connect with the help of Webhook, so I'm going to copy this Webhook URL and I'm going to open the application which I want to connect. This is the contact form or the inquiry form which I have created and I have attached it on my website, let's suppose. Okay, so I'm going to set up the connection. I have already opened the form. Okay, and we will go towards the settings section now. Under settings, here we will find the option of integrations. Under integrations, when we will search for the Webhook over here, we will receive the option. In the same manner, on any application which you are connecting, you have to go towards the Webhook section. You have to find the Webhook option over there, and you will have to paste the URL which you have copied from Pabbly Connect to set up the connection successfully. Here in the Webhook URL field, I will simply paste the URL and I will click on complete integration. That's it. Our integration is successful. So this means that our connection between JotForm and Pabbly Connect is absolutely successful, and that we have done with the help of Webhook by Pabbly. Now whenever the form will be submitted inside JotForm, the response will be immediately captured inside Pabbly Connect. Okay, you can see it is already showing waiting for Webhook response. This means that now in order to capture the response, we have to do a test submission inside the form which we have connected. I'm again telling you that I'm just taking the example of JotForm to show you the connection between the application and Webhook. Okay, so how you have to set up Webhook inside an application which you want to connect, that I'm showing you over here. But JotForm can directly be connected with Pabbly Connect as well. Because we have set up the connection successfully, so I'm going to go towards publish section of the form. And here we have the link of our form. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to open it in a new tab. As we have done that, our form is open. It is saying, please fill out the form below with your inquiry details and our support team will get back to you promptly. So when a customer from my e-commerce store is going to submit this form, immediately the response of the form will be captured and the data I want to add in my Notion database so that my backend team members could track and immediately respond towards these queries. Okay. So here I'm going to do a test submission just to submit the form and capture the response. And in order to do the submission, I'm going to use some dummy details. Let's start with a name. Let's say the name of the person or the customer who is submitting this response is Smart customer. All right, I'm going to enter a random email address, smart56@pabblytudes.com, a random phone number along with a country code, city, and here I'm going to enter the question. So here I have submitted the question. Hi, can you provide information about the warranty period of a television? Okay, so this is just a random question I'm going to post. And after entering all the details, I'm going to simply click on submit. As we have done that, our form is submitted. So when the form is submitted over here, let's go towards Pabbly Connect and we will wait for the response. And you can see that immediately the response is captured. In this response, this is the webhook URL through which we have set up this connection. This is the username of my JotForm account. Here we have received the submission ID, okay, the phone number of the person who has submitted the form, thus the email address of the customer, first name, last name, the query, the entire question which he has posted is received, the city. And here we have also received the date and time at which the form is submitted. So this means that our connection is absolutely successful. I have shown you the example of JotForm over here, but in the same manner, when you will follow the steps and set up the connection between any of the application which you want to connect and Pabbly Connect with the help of this webhook URL, then as soon as the specific event for which you have set up the connection will occur inside the application, the response will be instantly captured and you do not have to do anything manually after that, okay? And in the response, you will receive all the same details which were submitted. So here you can see this is the same email address, same cities, same name of the customer and same phone number. All right. Now when we have set up the connection successfully, let's move forward. And our objective is to add the details which we have received from webhook response in Notion database to create a systematic record. Okay. So for that, now we have to set up the connection between Notion database and Pabbly Connect. Let's go towards our action step. Here our action application is Notion. Now we have to select the action event as well. So our action event will be create database item. Okay, let's click on connect. Now we have two options over here to build the connection, add new connection or select existing connection. So if you already have an existing connection with Notion, you can also go with that. But I'm going to create a new connection over here. And to create a new connection, I have clicked on add new connection button. And now we have to click on connect with Notion to move further. You have to keep in mind that you have to log into the applications which you are connecting with Pabbly Connect because it is going to make the connection very easy. Requesting to access our Notion account, it is 100% safe. So now I'm going to select the pages select the page for which I want to provide the access. So I'm going to provide the access to all the pages which I have in my account. I'm going to click on allow access. As it is 100% safe, you do not have to worry for your connection. Okay, your data is 100% safe with Pabbly Connect. As we have done that, we can see that Notion is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Now, first of all, we have to enter the details in these fields to create the record over here. Now here, the database name is client inquiries. We have to select our database name. So I'm going to select the drop down and here we have client inquiries as the database. I have selected that. Now we have to enter the details in these fields to create the record. Let's start with the client inquiries. So you can see that in my Notion database, I have multiple fields: first name, last name, email, phone number, city, and the client inquiries. So these are the details which I'm going to receive via webhook through the form submission of my customers for my e-commerce store. So whenever the response will be captured, automatically and systematically the details in these fields will be added. So first of all, I have to enter the client inquiry. And what is the client inquiry that we have already received from the webhook response? So what we will do in order to enter the data over here, we will not use typing or copy and pasting. We will simply map the data. Now what is mapping? Mapping is inserting data from previous step. You can see this is our previous step. When you will select that, here are all the details. What we want to map the client inquiry which is given over here. Hi, can you provide information about the warranty coverage of the TV I have purchased? Okay, so this is the client inquiry. I have simply mapped that. Now when we map a data, it becomes replaceable. That means the data become dynamic. So with each and every new response, it is going to replace automatically. So now whenever we are going to receive a new inquiry by a new customer through webhook response, then immediately the data over here which we have mapped is going to replace with the new data of that new response. In this way, we are going to automate the entire process of creating records in Notion database whenever new response will be captured through webhook. Now we are going to move forward. I hope you know that Notion is an amazing database with easy to use features. So my data will be recorded in an organized and systematic format over here. I can also add notes in my data by using its notes feature, and also it is easy for the team members to view and track and also to prioritize the inquiries according to their situations and the priority level, because it also contains the filter feature. Okay, now here next we'll move towards the last name. Here we have the option of last name, first name, phone number, email, city, all the details which we are receiving through an inquiry of the customer via web form. Okay, I'm going to map the last name in the same manner as I've told you. This is the last name. The city of the customer is Bhopal. Now this time we have the email as well. So we will map the email address, phone number of the customer, first name. So when we have entered all the details, let's simply click on save and send test request button. As we have done that, here we have received the response. Along with this response, here we have also received the ID. This means that the data is successfully added in our Notion database. So let's go and check. Here you can see that automatically the data is added. This is the first name, last name, email, phone number, city and clients. And also one more important feature over here, that every new data which is being captured and which is being recorded will be added first. So in this way only we can set the priority. So you can see that the latest data is added first over here. Okay, in the first line. This is the first name, last name, email address and the client inquiry. Here it is very easy to organize our data, and also the presentation of the data is quite clean and it is visible very easily. Now once we have set up the connection successfully between Webhook by Pabbly and Notion database, whenever we are going to receive the new response through Webhook, immediately the data will be added in Notion database in the systematic format. So I'm going to show you a live example over here. This is the form which I have connected with Webhook. So I'm going to copy the link of the form. I'm going to open it once again. And now I'm going to submit the form with another details. And as soon as we'll do that, instantly and automatically the details of the form will be added in our Notion database without any manual effort. So let's say this time the name of the customer is new user. And let's say the email is new@pabblytudes.com. Here I'm going to enter a random phone number, city and a question. Hello, I'm trying to decide between two of the smartphones. Can you please help? So here, after entering all the details, I'm going to submit the form. And as soon as we have done that, let's go and check whether automatically the details of this form are added in our Notion database or not. And yes, you can see that the new row is added over here on top. And here are the details: first name, last name, email address, phone number, city, and the client inquiry. Okay, so this means that our connection is absolutely successful. So let's quickly summarize what we have done over here. So we have simply set up a connection between Webhook by Pabbly and Notion database in such a way that whenever a new response will be captured via Webhook through an application which is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect, then immediately the data will be added in Notion database. So in the same manner, you can also very easily create this automation, and you can set up the connection between any of the application which you want with the help of Webhook like that. And then you will be able to automatically transfer the data from that application to Notion database. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.